guys, today we're going to be checking out the brand new Justice League action figures as we have a look today at Superman. Alright, so these figures just hit. Found a couple of these at Toys R Us. Unfortunately, I didn't get the ones that I wanted, though. Well, that's not true. I did want to get all 4 figures, but the ones I really was looking forward to, and here's the packaging, was the Wonder Woman and Joker. And they didn't have either of them, unfortunately. But I did manage to get Batman and Superman, so we'll be looking at those. And then eventually, if I can find the other 2, we'll be looking at those as well. Let's put that to the side. Superman comes with some accessories. He comes with kind of like a translucent blue shield. In fact, you can see Superman through the shield. It has some nice decoration to it. It's the equivalent, really, of giving a motorcycle to the Flash. I don't really know why he necessarily needs a shield. But there's the back of it right there. And there's like a little peg hole here. You can take, dropping everywhere here, you can take the claw, and it just attaches to the top like so. There we go. And you get something kind of looks like this. Then what you can do is take it, and there's a hole. There's a hole actually right underneath his cape. You can take the whole thing and connect it to his back, giving him this kind of demon head, demon head kind of backpack. It looks awkward. None of the weapons would make any sense to be included with Superman. Well, that's what he gets. The shield itself can also, it has this little handle here where you can clip it to Superman's hand. Now the thing is though, the handle, from what I can see, looks like it's facing the wrong way. Well, that's not true. If you want to take the handle and kind of make it more like a shield, it looks like this, but kind of like everything is upside down. It should have actually been the, you should have almost had the handle up here. It also sits really loose in his hands. I've tried both hands. Try it in here as well. Like it doesn't really have him hold it necessarily the greatest of ways. You can also mix and match these. That's the beauty of these. That's the big draw. They're called Power Connects. You essentially are mixing and matching, so like the little pegs you can use for other figures and whatnot. I don't personally get it, but that's what Mattel wanted to do with this line. So that's your shield. Not really much to be said for that. He also does come with this super claw. It doesn't really technically have a correct term for it or name for it, but it has the same translucent plastic, and this can open and close. So I guess you could catch the Joker and fly away with him. You could also just grab him, I suppose, and fly away with him too. But no, claws make more sense. Kids love claws. Hashtag kids love claws. You can do the exact same thing with the little tab point here. You can either connect it to Superman's cape like this, or you can connect it like this and give him like kind of like a pair of horns, so to speak. Displaying him, you can do it a couple of different ways. The pegs being on either side, you can have him holding the claw sideways, or what I think looks a little bit more correct, you can have him holding it like this. Or what you can also do too is he has a handle, or it has a handle. You can have Superman holding it more like this. Entirely up to you. Alright, so those are his weapons. I don't know. And now let's have a look at the figure. How does Superman stack up? Well, I will say he is a lot nicer than those little tiny Justice League action figures that I thought that was going to be the wave. We had the little tiny ones, and then to the other polar extreme, we had the super tall figures as well. I kind of hoped we were going to eventually get small figures. My dreams have been answered, wishes come true. But are the wishes and reality as good as my dreams? I would say, unfortunately, no. What he ends up actually coming across like, he comes across like a Justice League Unlimited Superman on a really small body. His head is incredibly large. And I'm looking again, if we look at the packaging, Batman's head is extremely large. Wonder Woman's and Joker's look like they're a little bit more moderately proportioned to their bodies. Superman's head, though, is extremely large. Let's have a look at his head. We keep talking about large heads. Let's have a look at it. There is his head right there. You get very much that kind of chiseled Superman face. But again, looks really large on his small body. He looks like a little small baby or child. Surprisingly muscular, yes, but a very muscular child with a Superman's head on top of his shoulders. It doesn't seem like they made any efforts to cover the cape correctly, at least the paint, because you can see clearly where the neck from his flesh, the flesh-colored neck, you can see how it makes up his body. And then the cape, it's like they just put this one layer of red paint on him for his cape and called it a day. No, guys, go back. Put a second coat on, please, because you can really see the little flesh. You literally see it. It's right there. You can see how the neck is still quite visible despite all efforts of putting that single red coat of paint. His outfit is very Superman. Again, although Justice League Action does this weird thing where they put the red in the middle of his belt, which I think looks, every time I watch an episode, it stands out like a sore thumb. The emblem looks pretty clean. It's not as bad as this part right up here. And then he's got this cape. But the cape just sticks out. It's like they just sliced open his back and stuck in a piece of fabric. There's the peg on the backside, which kind of reminds me of the Brave and the Bold Batman figures. Like at least it's fabric. I'll give it that. It's not like that fruit roll-up cape the Batman v Superman figures had. So I'll give it that. Peg holes on the undersides of his feet serve absolutely no purpose because he comes with no stand whatsoever. Let's run through his posability, because that's one thing at least these figures do very well. The head rotates all the way around. You've got slightly up and down. Shoulders hinge outward, which again is already a step up. The arms rotate all the way around. You've got the elbow bend, forearm rotation, and nothing in the hands. The hands are basically sculpted the same part. It's the same part as the forearm, so you can't rotate the hand. The hand is just part of the forearm. But at least that's something. The legs, which I thought initially were just swivels, pleasantly surprised to find that you can give Superman the super splits. He does have a bend at the knee, which also allows the rotation in the lower leg. So really, all things considered, it's kind of like Justice League 2.0. It's good figures with better articulation, but poor looking executions. If they could only do as good of a sculpt as the Justice League Unlimited figures were, with a better articulation like the Justice League Action figures would have, then I think we'd have a home run. The included accessories I know are kind of geared towards the kids. The kids love shields. Kids love little clawy grabbing things, with the claws. I think it's just unnecessary, in all honesty. The figure is good, but I feel like if anything, if there's one negative little point to be made for the figure, it's the fact that his head is so big. Picking up the Batman as well, you'll also see his head is so big. In the meantime, though, today we were checking out the brand new Mattel. This was the new, I guess, Power Connects, whatever we want to call it. At least they're larger scaled figures. I'll give Mattel that. And let's hope the line branches further than 4 figures. Batman, yes. Superman, good. Wonder Woman, awesome. Joker, sweet. Let's get some other figures, though, besides 4. Hopefully this line goes somewhere. And actually, you know what? There's even like a Batmobile. I don't know why I'm pointing for Superman at this regarding this, but there's also a Batmobile available as well. And there's also, I think it's called the Justice One, which is basically like the Javelin, the equivalent of the Javelins. It's like a black ship, and it comes with this Superman, but all black. So it kind of seems it's kind of like a resurgence of Justice League Unlimited and Justice League of America, JLA figures from back in the day. I like that. I like the new posability. The heads, though, need work. they need some work. As always, guys, if you like this video, hit it with a like, and certainly stay tuned. More videos are also heading your way. To stay on top of new videos, make sure you head over to my main channel page, the home page, and select notifications, and make sure you check that off so that you're always contacted. You always get like an email notification when new emails or when new videos are up. As always, guys, thanks for watching as you always do. See you next time.